We're going to start, though, with the Republican National Convention and a party absolutely united behind Donald Trump. Just months ago, his main rivals, as you know, were campaigning very hard to unseat him. But last night, those same people were in Milwaukee to anoint him. Tony is also in Milwaukee. He's leading our coverage there. Tony, good morning. It was quite the love fest last night. Good to see you.
Yeah, it really was. Good morning, Gayle. 2 days down, 2 to go. And in a break from convention history, the candidate, former President Donald Trump, once again in the audience last night, as you mentioned, in a plush white easy chair, listening to speeches not only about him, but to him. And from my spot on the convention floor, that gave the night a feeling at times like a series of long dinner toasts, including endorsements from his rivals in the Republican primaries, people who not all that long ago were saying he could not win a general election. And it may be the night's biggest moment. Nikki Haley, the former South Carolina governor who called Trump unhinged only a few months ago, now offered a strong endorsement, as she put it, arguing that Republican unity is what's needed to save the country. But the mission of uniting that country will apparently have to wait until after Election Day, it seems, as we also saw sharper attacks on Democrats and President Joe Biden. For more, I'm joined now by Ed O'Keefe, who was also on the floor with me last night. Ed, good morning.
Good to see you, Tony. I don't entirely blame the former president. If someone's going to spend 3 days talking nice about me, wouldn't you show up too? Right.
Absolutely.
So anyway, the theme of the night was Make America Safe once again. And there were a bunch of people who've been victims of crime. But the big focus, the big intrigue, was around those that once tried to take down Donald Trump, now signaling he has their full support.
Donald Trump has my strong endorsement, period.
It was the night of the vanquished rivals, as one by one, Donald Trump's former foes took the stage.
Donald Trump has been demonized, he's been sued, he's been prosecuted, and he nearly lost his life. We cannot let him down, and we cannot let America down.
The former president showed up early to hear Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley speak.
You don't have to agree with Trump 100% of the time to vote for him. Take it from me, I haven't always agreed with President Trump.
Their words marked a sharp change in tone from the bitter GOP primary of the past year.
He's not qualified to be the president of the United States.
Even if somehow he could win, he's a lame duck on day one.
Though delegates we talked to said that's all in the past.
We have a border focus. We want safer communities. And you can see by the lineup of speakers here that we know the Republican Party is unified to defeat Biden.
At the end of the night, it was a family affair with Trump's daughter-in-law and RNC co-chair Lara Trump recounting Saturday's assassination attempt.
It was in the midst of it all, as he was jostled off stage by Secret Service, that he knew how defining that moment would be for our country. And he hoisted his fist in the air.
We also noticed some delegates, like Joe Neglia from Arizona, wearing ear bandages as a tribute to the former president.
This is the newest fashion trend. I'm getting this going. Everybody in the world is going to be wearing these pretty soon. It's the latest thing.
We'll see if that fashion trend takes off. Now, Trump's vice presidential pick, J.D. Vance, was also here last night. Tonight is his big night, his opportunity to introduce himself and his family to the nation and make the case against the Biden administration and for putting Donald Trump back in the White House. Tony.
Ed, thank you for that. But let's talk about President Joe Biden for a moment, because there are these reports that he might have proposals for reforming the Supreme Court. What do you know about that?
That's right. So CBS News has confirmed that he is working on a series of ideas to overhaul the Supreme Court, including the possibility of term limits for the justices. This would require congressional approval, but what he really wants is the conversation starter to get his progressive base motivated and, frankly, to change the subject from all the troubles he's been having, the questions about his age, and try to put it back on substance.
Yeah. Term limits and an enforceable code of ethics.
Right.
But again, Congress would have to sign off.
That's the big one.
We'll see if that happens, Ed. Thank you very much.